Hi guys, this is Derek from Pacific Coast Auto, and we're looking at a Nissan Pulsar GTI-R. And especially from US customers, we're getting a lot of inquiries about this one. And so we're at the auction here. This is USS Yokohama, and this is a Pulsar GTI-R, maybe. And the reason why I'm saying maybe is because of a few things. Number one, take a look at the back here. I see no GTI-R badging, and if you take a look really closely, you'll see a couple of odd things, like straight pipe exhausts and weird little badge that says T78 on it. And then where it would normally say GTI-R, it says X1R on it. Now I don't even know what that means, because the only Pulsars like this that we're interested in are the GTI-R, which is an SR20 four-wheel drive rally homologation for Group A rally. And so basically, it was a 280 horsepower, faster than a GTR, excuse me, faster than a GTR four-wheel drive sports car made by Nissan. That is very cool, very small, lightweight, I guess, and very cool. But you know, we're getting a lot of inquiries about that car, and we're not making a lot of sales because most of them are in really rough shape, and so they're not particularly an easy car to buy. If you want to buy one, you can still buy them from Japan, but it will take a little bit of time, I think. Now, let's talk about this one, and we'll talk about why it says T78 on the back. And if you know what T78 means, you probably already know, which is really weird, because think about this. You're looking at a 2-liter inline 4-cylinder with enough turbo, too much turbo I would say, for an RB26 or 2JZ or 2JZ engine. And so yes, it is true, there is a T78 on this one. Now we can't open the door, sadly, and this is a little bit strange. First off, this one is a non-inspected car. We don't usually buy non-inspected cars because they're usually damaged or broken. And this one is sadly damaged and broken. The auction sheet says the engine doesn't start. They think it's a fuel pump problem, but they don't say, and it's up to you to kind of risk it if you really want to. It says here, trust T78 turbo with Z32 airflow meter, 720cc injectors, high cam, 270 duration, not 370. What does this say? 87 millimeter pistons. I don't know what stock on these. I think it's an 86 by, let's see, an 86 by 86, and a 4-cylinder would be 2-liter, right? I believe it's a square configuration. I don't know. This one here says valve springs have been strengthened, garage something ECU that I can't read, metal head gasket, oil cooler, and the oil filter relocation kit, a one-off front mount intercooler, and the piping is really neat for this one. One-off radiator, which is pretty uncommon because usually you'll just go with a kit radiator. To actually custom build a radiator is a little bit different. Blitz turbo, DSBC is a boost controller, chain adjustable suspension, safety 21 5-point roll cage. Whee! Extra gauges for boost, water temp, oil pressure, and one-off or custom dual exit exhaust. And it's fully welded, not mandrel bent. They're welded turns, really neat. And Nismo front LSD. It doesn't say if it's one-way or two-way or 1.5 way. And if somebody has a good way of explaining the difference between those, please let me know, because as much as I read about it, I still can't figure it out. I don't know how that was. I'll put it on the seat. Okay, so the fun part is not the interior because it's just been stripped. The fun part is the fact that they're using old school washer style hood vent. And the cheese grater that goes on the GTI-R has been changed to a reverse duct, which is what you want when you move your intercooler from the top into the front. So, haha, I didn't show you the engine, because I'm going to rest this hood onto my head while I put the prop up. Oh, ouch, it's heavy. Okay, so here's what we got. And we're going to play the game where you try to find all of the modifications. So, SR20 looks like it's in the standard front-wheel drive configuration here, although it's a four-wheel drive car. Usually you've got an intercooler that sits on top of here. Custom intake, individual throttle bodies. See? Boom, 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 like a GTR. And these ones, which I've been told is meth injection or water injection. My customer is here actually right next to me, but he says, don't get me on the video. So I'm not going to do it. And then so this one, the intake goes down into here, into front mount intercooler, and a tiny little radiator, which is off to the side here. I mean, it's thick, but it's narrow. So I guess that's the only way to fit in such a large turbo. And then here, take a look down here. No air filter on the turbo. Now, the engine doesn't start, and so we can't check that, but it's a T78. That is enough turbo to get you basically as much power as you could ever use on the street. I think this was a drag car, but I'm not too sure. One of the decals on the side here says drag battle, and so I think it's a drag car. Plus, a T78 would take you until very, very high RPMs before you're getting a lot of power out of it. Custom welded aluminum piping for your intercooler, and of course up here. And you've got custom made exhaust down in there, and of course this would have to be changed to a different version because the radiator's in a different place. Heat shielding. I'm kind of running out of things to talk about. Oil filter relocation kit, adjustable pillow mounts with adjustable suspension on it. No seam welding on here. Where's the brakes? That's strange. I'm not seeing any brakes. Oh, it's tucked down in here. Okay, standard brakes, probably not a track car. A lot of the really high power track cars, especially in Japan, a common modification is the bracket to hold the master cylinder from flex on the firewall. And so, really interesting. Now, I don't know how much power it could be making. I know you don't want to be on the video, but show me with your hands how much power you think it has. And then I'm going to say at the same time. Okay, wait, I gotta think. Okay, I've thought about mine. Okay, are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 650. What does that mean? 600? Pretty close, actually. I said 650, he said 600. Of course, with something like a T78, you can pick how much power depending on how aggressive you're going to run the boost, and so there could be a variance.
These are injectors, actually.
These are injectors?
Yeah. So this is probably a second step injector for high boost.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't know the CCs on these.
The original ones are 720. 720 is really high for a four-cylinder.
Right. So this must be another second step on high boost.
And blow-off valve in my scarf. And twin power type distributor HKS and Spitfire grounding kit. And this one here is for your boost. It's I don't know. I don't want to sound like I know something that I don't. Anyways, I'm going to lower the hood here. I'm going to show you something funny that's on the body because it's funny. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it. The injured. It's got a little arrow that shows the injured areas. I'm the injured. It sounds like a movie title. And a little tape put on top of it. It's kind of funny. It's got very original wheels on it. Desmond, the production of racing performance by OS, so probably strength and clutch. Safety 21, I don't really know. Twin power high performance ignition, that's the HKS ignition system enhancer. I don't know what this is. Version 1, version 2? Beats me. Whale tail, which is the stock for the GTI-R. And just tow point. And custom made. Oh, they are not straight They just have these little Canon style ones that are basically straight through with a little bit of fiberglass. And that goes all the way up to the turbos, it looks like. So, something special. I've seen a lot of GTI-Rs here in Japan. Well, not an awful lot, but quite a few more than, I guess, outside of Japan. And this is by far the highest modification or modified one that I've seen. And so, pretty interesting car. And that's going to be the end of the video. Hope you like that.